I think the myth that I like to bust about being 40 is that, when you're younger, 40 is super old. And I feel like in my mind I'm 32 still. Um, so yeah, 40 is not old. I think we need to move that scale a little bit. So for my 40th, I marked it by celebrating myself with a Halloween party because in my mind I still think I'm younger. My kids were not invited. Yes, I feel like my priorities have changed since I've turned 40. I feel like I'm more family centric. Still not losing who I am as a person, but I am more focused on family and my kids without losing myself. The advice I would give to other women about living their best life is to stop focusing and nitpicking ourselves so much. I'm guilty of it. Like, you're never skinny enough, or you're too fat, or you're not pretty enough. And then time moves slowly, and then you're like, wow, that stage wasn't so bad. And then it's just like this ugly cycle. So just enjoy life and stop focusing on the silly stuff. The advice I'd give to myself as a 20-something would be to stop wondering how you're going to get there. Life just kind of happens, and if you stay focused on what your long-term goals are, you'll get there somehow. How you're going to do it is not as important as just keeping your eye on the ball. You'll get there. I would say to women who feel guilty about doing things for themselves that that's just silly, because if you're not happy with yourself, then you can't feed anybody else's soul. So you have to be whole yourself before you can share with others. Feeling beautiful to me means that you're happy with yourself and you're comfortable with yourself and you're not second guessing yourself. That's beautiful. I feel like people describe me as maybe a little bit silly, a little bit goofy. Sometimes I could be a little absent-minded, but when it comes to work or priorities, I am very focused, but I don't take everything so seriously. So I try to have an even balance. My favorite traits, I like my legs. I do like my eyes and my lips. Those are probably my favorite personal traits. I think for the most part, for my personality wise, I feel like I'm easygoing. Sometimes I'm not, but if I'm balanced, then I'm pretty easygoing and generally pretty happy. The advice I would give to another woman about feeling confident in their own skin is to just stop focusing on other people and outside influences and just focus on yourself. Focus on what makes you happy, what makes you feel happy. I'd say point in life where I felt the most attractive would probably be on my wedding day, just probably because I worked so hard to get myself into the shape that I wanted to be. And of course at that time I wasn't like, still wasn't good enough, but when I look back I'm like, wow, I was young, I was fit, and I felt good. I mean, I don't really like a lot of attention, so that part was awkward, but I felt good. As a teenager, you have to have a six-pack, you have to be super skinny, you probably have to have blonde hair. Well, that's my perception. But I don't think that there's a generalization standard for everybody. So, yeah, it has changed. I think the best thing about being a woman over 40, or 40, is you stop caring about the little stuff. I feel like you just become more confident in who you are, and you just stop putting up with dumb stuff. Or at least I do. Feel like I felt the most confident in my life probably when I hit my mid-30s to now. Kind of like what I've mentioned before, you just know what your boundaries are and you set your boundaries and stick to what's true to yourself. So, getting old and crabby, I guess. I don't know.